So, hello everyone, welcome to Women Today YouTube channel. And today, our guest is Honorable Anchal Bajaj ma'am. She is from Mumbai and she is a very famous tarot reader. Not only she is a tarot reader, but also she is a spiritual coach and she has been in the service for past 15 years. So, I welcome Anchal Bajaj ma'am to this Women Today interview over here. So, good afternoon, ma'am. Hi, how are you?
Hi, good afternoon, Krishna. I'm doing great, and thank you so much for such a warm welcome. And hello, everybody. Looking forward towards the interview with Krishna.
Yes, ma'am. So, how is your life going? So, what are your recent ventures right now?
Okay, so Krishna, just like you told me that I am into tarot, so I do tarot card reading. Okay, and apart from tarot card reading, I am also a spiritual coach. Okay, I transform people's life with the help of my coaching because it's not only related to their own mind, but it's also in a spiritual manner. Okay, that how they can elevate themselves and change themselves for their better growth and development.
So,
And I've been doing tarot. Sorry to cut you. So I've been doing tarot since more than 15 years. I was gifted with this since childhood.
great, ma'am. Actually, I know about tarot reading and
Hmm.
other things, but if a person comes and watches this as a new thing in this interview, they do not know any kind of ideas about tarot reading, right? So, please explain
Correct.
us what is the basic service that you do as a tarot reader in your life, ma'am.
Okay, so see, tarot reading is basically an Italian concept of seeing or predicting a person's present, past, and future. Okay, just like we have Indian system which is called Jyotish Acharya. Okay, in Indian astrology, same way tarot reading comes in one of the Western astrology. Okay, so it's a Western astrology part. It's an Italian concept. Okay, it's very old, very ancient. Okay, and in that you have 78 cards, out of which there are 21 destiny cards, and other cards are free choices where you can make free choices based upon your thoughts, words, actions, and what you have been going through. Destiny cards are those cards which tells you that okay, they are very dominating in your life. Okay, for example, you have a card of emperor, say. Okay, so that will say that okay, you need to take the steps like an emperor takes, basically having a strong foundation, always going out and becoming a leader, taking everything in your hand. The power should come in your hand. So like that, these are different destiny cards. Okay, like suppose if you got fool, now suppose if you take a reading from me, and example, you got the first card of destiny card, which is zero, which is a fool. So that means you're taking new beginnings in your life. There are a lot of new beginnings going to happen in your personal life or professional life. Okay, in any aspect. So it basically gives you a complete guidance of how a person can take a decision. If you're not able to take decision in your life, if you are not mentally very clear, then a person can come to a tarot reader and understand their own journey. You have financial cards, you have health related cards, you have anything which is disturbing you in your mind. If you're not able to understand, then a person can come and help you. So the way I do it intuitively because I have developed my intuitions over a period of time with the help of meditation. I have been guided by a lot of ascended masters in my life, like Paramahansa Yogananji, Guru Rinpoche, and there have been many other masters through the help of which I have increased my intuition. And today, whatever I am is because of the divine grace of God and the universe and of all the gurus. Okay, so these kind of readings help. Now recently I intuitively also got gifted with coffee cup reading. Okay, again, this is a Turkish way of seeing. It's a Turkish concept, but in that you see the coffee and you see that what are the elements. Okay, what are the elements present in that cup, and depending on that you can predict the person in the upcoming few months, what that person can take a correct decision and make a correct choice. And if there are letters or numbers available in the cup, then how they can match to that person currently in that state of mind.
So actually, we were speaking about tarot reading was actually originated from an Italian one, and this coffee
Correct.
cup reading is based upon which one you told me?
Tur- Turkey. It's a Turkish
Turkey.
concept.
Yeah,
Yes.
Turkish concept. Okay. So
Right.
which do you like the most? The Italian one tarot reading or the coffee cup reading in the Turkish one? Which do you like the most?
Okay. So see, Krishna, actually, tarot reading is gifted. I was God gifted when I was only 14 years of age. Okay, since childhood. So obviously, this is more close to my heart because I have been doing so many readings. I don't even know how many readings I've done in the past 15 to 18 years. You can say. Okay, so many readings that I have no number on it. So I think with experience, with age, and with the current with intuition, as intuition also develops over a period of time, with considering all of these aspects, I think tarot reading is something which I would always recommend because it's a detailed concept. Okay, a person can take a tarot reading from 15 minutes to 1 hour to 1.5 hour. You know, my first clients were was one producer and director. Okay,
Wow.
and when I did his tarot, it took me 6 hours to do his tarot and his wife's tarot. It
Yeah,
was so long.
may I know who's the producer, please? If you can, please tell us who's
See,
the producer.
I am not allowed like that,
Yeah, okay, no
to
problem,
take
no
his
problem.
name because in
I
their
was just
industry,
curious
it's
about it.
like it is very, yeah, it is very, very. I mean, you cannot take their names, but then yeah,
Okay,
I have many clients from being a producer, director, professionals, CA, doctors, even from outside India like Australia, Singapore, Canada. I have a lot of clients, Dubai people. So they have a lot of questions like whether we will shift or not, whether we will get visa or not, work visa, normal visas. So for such kind of things also people approach me for tarot reading, and then we give them a guidance that who is taking the visa interview, whether it's a male, female, many things you come to know from the cards.
great, ma'am. Speaking about these kind of things, I just wanted to know what is the success rate of your tarot reading? How much success rate do you actually succeed in this, and what are your future aims? Because you have been doing this for past 15 years. So, what is your future aim? What you would like to accomplish in this world? Please tell me about us, ma'am.
Okay. So see, if I have to talk about the success rate, so with God's grace and the divine, okay, 99% people have found my reading successful. I have a lot of clients who have given their feedbacks, testimonials, even after 1 year. So I had recently a client. She was when I had predicted her like 2 years back. So I had told her that please take care of your health. She runs a very good preschool. She herself is a psychologist in Mumbai itself. So I had done this over a video call. Okay. So post COVID, most of my readings are over video call because that is how clients prefer nowadays. So when I done her reading, she had clearly told me that that okay, I'll take care of my health. I had clearly specified on her health because this is what I could see. After 1.5 year now, recently just a month back, she approached me and she told me that whatever you read was right. I got cancer. I got cancer, and then I recovered. I detected it at the right time because you told me take care of your health, keep doing tests and all. I had given a lot of instructions what to do. So she said, I took the test and I came to know that I detected this cancer and I overcame it. She's now healed. She's overcome that. But then, yeah, if I have to talk about success rate, then with God's grace, 99% I have client retention. Whoever takes a reading from me, they definitely, come back and they definitely give me a feedback. So there are a lot of feedbacks, testimonials on my LinkedIn page, which is on my LinkedIn, which is a professional side, and even on my Instagram. YouTube is just started, but my Insta and LinkedIn is very, very old. Yeah.
Yeah. See, speaking about all these kind of things, I just wanted to know if you can predict the future by telling what's going to happen in the future. I'm generally curious
Mm-hmm.
about, okay, if everything is written, that is what is going to happen in the future is everything is written by God. So what is the purpose that we are living our life? It is I was thinking like, okay, we should face all these kind of difficulties, we should accept all kind of happiness, and the basic thing of, I mean, the basic need of a human is to accept all these kind of emotions and live through all these kind of emotions, because if everything is written, Actually, I'm just confused with the, I mean, what to say with the future right now, because if everything is written, what's the purpose of our life, ma'am? That's what I'm
Correct,
trying to ask.
correct. So, a very good question, I would tell you, Krishna, because many people are very confused, that if everything is written, then why am I living this life also? What
Yes.
is my purpose? So, see, basic purpose of your life or anybody's life right now, okay, on this planet is to know your own self. Who am I? The first question. What am I doing here? Okay, why have I been born? So you, every person should know their own purpose. See, we all have our soul purpose. See, finally we are souls. If you read lot of shastras, if you read Hindu mythology, if you go through Sanatan Dharam, okay, so the main purpose of human is Atman, okay, Atman. So you have to connect to your Brahman, that is, I am the God, I am the universe, I am that supreme consciousness. But to come to that, there is a path, okay, so everybody should follow their path, okay, do good deeds, good thoughts, have good words. When you speak some words, then only good words should come from your mouth, and only do good actions. Nowadays, if you see, this is becoming very, very less. People don't speak good, people don't have good thoughts, they don't do good deeds, and they don't use good words. They will react. If something told you something, for example, if there is an auto rickshaw and your car, if they both have been dashed together, so immediately you will see that there is a spell of reactions from both the sides. Nobody will pause, think, and reflect and then speak. That pause is not there. So people need to pause. People need to do pranayams. They need to do meditation. And with these tarot, if I have to tell you, they just give you a guideline how your future can be better or your future can be worse, depending upon the thoughts. See, tarot reading also takes in your aura and your energy, the energy and aura which we have, what we call aura body. That is why when you meet someone, you will like that person. Some people you meet, you will not like that person. It is because of their aura body, the aura and the energy they carry, right? So tarot will give you a guidance that I can do good in my future. This is the guideline what she has given, because I'll give you practical remedies, practical steps. I will tell you the affirmations, what to do, where to go, like go near water body or connect with mountains. It depends upon your card. The card will tell me which element is very predominant out of earth, fire, water, air, ether, which is very important for you, which you need to connect to, and how you need to think. So that is why I keep my clients motivated. I keep sending them constant good reminders, good thoughts, good quotes, so that they are always motivated. Yes, yes, Krishna.
Yeah, speaking about aura, I'll tell you a small story, because there
Mm-hmm.
was once a king, and that king was like, okay, he used to go in the city, he rules. And one day he was just going with his minister, and suddenly the king saw a man who was selling sandalwoods, the big sandalwoods,
Okay.
right? He was, I mean, the king immediately called the minister, and he told the minister, like, okay, I don't know. I didn't even interact with the guy who is selling the sandalwood, but I am like, I do not like him completely. I
Hmm.
hate him. I do not know why.
Hmm.
So that's what the king told the minister, and he left back. I mean, he left the city and went back to the kingdom, the palace. And one fine day, the minister came to this place where the man sells sandalwood, and the minister was just asking that, like, how was the business going? How is the business going right now?
Hmm.
The man who sells the sandalwood, he told that, I am selling sandalwood. They are very costly. So if anybody wants to buy my sandalwood, they should be a very rich person. Otherwise, they can't buy.
Hmm.
Now my business is going very low. Now my business
Right.
is not succeeding, and I'm facing a lot of failures. I'm facing a lot of huge loss in my business. And if I want to sell all these sandalwoods, then only I will be able to recover from my loss. So in this city, the only person I can sell all these sandalwoods is the king. So if the king wants to buy all these kind of sandalwoods, then it will happen only when the king dies. Then that,
Oh,
yeah, he was thinking again and again the same thing. He was like, okay, that sandalwood businessman will be thinking like, okay, when the king will die, because when the king dies
right.
only he will
And
be
that is
able to,
what King would understand from his energy.
yeah, when the king dies only he can just sell all these sandalwoods. He was thinking daily the same thing, and this
Right.
is the aura, and this is the negative thought which you tell not people to think. Because of this aura only, the king told the minister that he do not know why, but he can feel something is not good with the sandalwood businessman.
Correct.
Yeah,
Correct, correct.
that what
Because the king, yes, because sorry to cut you, because the king could take the thought of that sandalwood person,
yes,
because he understood the thoughts, because see, thoughts also float. We feel that what is energy. See, we all are connected with energy atoms, so the thoughts also float, and that is how we always say na, that we have a very good circle. Keep a very good circle, social circle also, so that you have people who always have good thoughts. Yes, yes.
so
Then what happened in the story?
yeah, that's it. Then
Okay.
the moral of the story is simple thing. That's what you told right now, ma'am. Because whatever you think, it will be in your aura. Even if you have
Correct.
any kind of difficulties in your life, you should not always think negatively. You should always think positively, because the universe accepts only the positive frequency, right now. So that's why,
Right.
yeah. If you want to, if you feel something like, okay, we meet in person, directly face to face for the first time, and if we are not feeling anything inside good, then that's true actually, because our gut feeling tells always the right thing. There is something wrong with the person, so it's better
Right.
not to mingle with that person, and it's better to keep some distance, because our gut feeling knows the aura of the person, whether it's a positive. Then even if you see some person for the first time, and they will be looking like friendly, I do not know who is this person, but for the first time I met him, I'm looking very friendly. I do not know why, because that person is having the positive aura. That's what you're trying to tell, right, ma'am?
Correct, correct. You are absolutely right. You are going in a very right direction.
Yeah, yeah.
And that is how, from aura and energy, you can understand a lot of people's vibes. That is why you should always have a good social circle. Try to yourself also be good. And nowadays, people say that we should have a big social circle. I would say no. Have limited friends, but very good friends. Have limited social circle, but a very good circle who will uplift you, not try to put you down, not try to put you down in life, but always try to uplift you.
So other than tarot reading, you are telling like you are doing this service as a spiritual coach. So when did you actually get into spirituality, ma'am?
So see, spirituality is something which is ingrained inside me since childhood, okay, because it comes from my father's side, because my father is spiritual. Okay, when we were small kids, he used to recite Bhagavad Gita, and we used to listen. Same way, one of my uncles, he's a very keen follower of Paramahansa Yoganand ji during his early years. Okay, so I've grown and seen his photo while growing up, his picture in my house. So you can say that spirituality was always there, but definitely the spiritual coaching is something which I was again guided by the universe, or you can say by the God and the divine. That if I have transformed and healed my own self so much, then why don't you transform others? Because see, everybody needs healing. It's not that we are healers and okay, we are gifted. No, we also go through certain traumas. We also have certain triggers, because see, we are born in a human body, right? When you're born in a human body, you will definitely have some or the other issues going around. But to understand and figure out your own inner self, then only you can positively motivate others. That okay, this is a problem inside you. Then how we can transform you,
Yeah, okay, ma'am. Tell
and
us.
whom they believe and not believe. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. I do understand you face a lot of difficulties, but as a tarot reader, what kind of difficulties are you facing right now? Because you will be able to predict some negative situations which are going to happen in some futures, I mean, person's life, right? So if you are
Correct.
able to predict correctly, okay, this is going to happen negatively to you in the future, you can tell directly to them, right? We will be telling like, okay, you will be having in mind like, okay, we can tell this much, and we can't go beyond that limit, right? So how do you naturally tell? Do you tell only the positive part, or do you also tell the negative part, what's going to happen in the future to them?
Okay. So again, a good question by you. So obviously, people will always speak positive first. That is the thing, because people also want to hear positive. They never want to hear negative. But yes, I since I'm into this spiritual coaching also, I explain to them in a manner which they can understand. You know, uh, so I will definitely tell them the truth, whatever the truth is. And every person today should live with their authentic truth, with their authenticity. And people in the society also, if you see that they have worn so many masks, masks of people pleasing, masks of that people should not feel hurt, others should not feel hurt, masks of over giving but not receiving. Okay, you must have overgiven in your life, but you must have not received so much. Suppose if you overgave love, overgave your money, overgave everything, but you never received. So it becomes like a trauma and hurt in your inside your system, inside your whole system.
Yeah,
To
that's
heal
exactly.
that part,
I have,
sorry,
yeah, what you're telling right now. I'm facing that because I used to give all the things what I'm having, whatever
right,
money or love I used to give, but I'm not receiving it in the same percent, how much percent I'm giving right now. So
correct,
it creates some kind of trauma. Even if it creates some
yes.
kind of trauma, I should be like, okay, everything is for positive things, because Krishna used to tell, like, I mean, Lord Krishna used to tell, like, whatever happens, it's going to happen for a good thing, right?
Absolutely.
With that mind only, I'm like, okay, even if I'm giving a lot of money, if I'm not getting it back, no problem.
Mhm.
Even if I'm giving a lot of love and if I'm not getting it back, no problem. Everything is happening for some good thing, but actually we do not know what's the good thing. If we know everything,
See,
yes,
uh, yeah, so sorry to cut you.
yeah, no
And
problem.
this is happening with everybody. You know, this issue is not with you only. It's everywhere. See, without struggle or without understanding that okay, we have overgiven, we will not understand our true selves. Who am I? Okay, and what is the purpose? See, your purpose. Every person's purpose in life is actually to receive unconditional love. In our society, everywhere if you see there is only conditional love. You know, if I talk to you or if I talk to someone, okay, if I have some thought in my mind, okay, that I will receive this, then only I will give this. You know, there's always a give and take thought process. Okay, but people don't love unconditionally, flowingly, like God loves us. If we go to the temple, we'll feel very happy somehow because of the positive energies. That is the reason a person should also visit temples and holy places. Whenever you are very down and negative, you should visit, not to tell your problems to God. God knows everything. God and universe is aware of all the problems. We don't need to actually go to the temple and tell our problems. We need to say thank you so much for the lessons which we have learned in this life. Thank you so much for everything. But now I receive my soul tribe. So for people like you, if you have faced this problem, what you can do an affirmation example I'm giving you. I receive my soul tribe. I receive only happy people in my life. I receive people who can equally give me, love, who can equally give me respect, who can equally trust me the way I trust them. So that is how you need to let go. So this year is 9, 2025, which means letting go of people, letting go of situations, closing all the cycles and chapters which are not serving purpose in your life. Okay, so letting go, let them go. So that is how you will get new things, na? That is how you will attract new things. So the more we hold on to ourselves, the more, the more we are trapped in our own mind. The more we let go, relax, okay, that person doesn't love me, fine, I will receive somebody else who actually loves me. The more we let go of them, the more we will receive. So the more you suppose, example, one more example, is a career. Some people are not happy with their jobs. So the more you let go of that job, the more you will attract a better job. For that, you need to affirm, I attract better opportunities in my life. I am very positive, happy, connect with the nature. Go walk barefoot on the grass for 20 minutes. Ground all your energies to the Mother Earth. Tell her to take all your energies. Because these are simple exercises to connect with the nature, and the nature really loves us. The Mother Earth, Mother Divine loves us. Universe loves us. God loves us unconditionally. We don't ask that love for them. We ask love from people. We ask love from objects. Today I will go and buy something. I will feel loved only for some time. Then again I will feel that lack in myself. So the feeling of lack is always there. So to make you whole, only God and universe can make you whole. Nobody can make you whole. You know.
So even if we do not receive the thing which we are giving, we should always surrender to God, and we should accept the fact that God will give us something in the future, but we do not know what is the right time. We do not know from which person we are going to get
Absolutely.
that. That's what you're trying to tell, right, ma'am?
Yes, because there is a divine timing for everything. You will get your things at a correct time depending upon the God. Our duty as a person over here in this body is to make ourselves more pure, more elevated, knowledgeably, with the knowledge, with wisdom. You know, doing some simple techniques like pranayams, meditation, connecting with the universe, going walk out in the sun, connect, being alone, being aloof, because being in silence only you can receive through your intuition the answers what God wants to tell. But because people are so occupied in the drama of life, in this drama of life, From morning to the night, you have routines, this routine, that routine, we have to go here, there, this party, that, everything people have taken so seriously and in their head that they are themselves not giving time to their own selves. Even half an hour, if you have to tell a person that wake up early half an hour and give that half an hour of morning without the phone, no seeing the phone first, without the phone, just sit alone, meditate, or maybe connect with a plant in your house. If you can't go outside, just connect with a simple plant. Just be there, just be silent, look outside, that's it. Look outside your window, maybe you will get more answers and clarity.
So you are totally telling to detach with the technology, because if we want to have some good thing, good feel, we should always try to connect with the nature. Sitting simply, just admiring the plants, just talking with the persons we need. So that's what you're trying to tell, right, ma'am?
Right. And I'm not saying completely detached from the technology, but digital detox has become very important. It's a need of the hour because people need to detach themselves from the phone, from the screen time. People are also showing so much phone and screen time to their kids. It becomes so difficult. You can imagine that full time when we were small children, we used to play out full day, we used to play out. We
Yes,
used to never
exactly.
we used to never see screens so much, but now
Because
today,
there
if you
were
see,
at that time there were only very few shows. Like in Doordarshan also, only one day there will be a movie in evening, sometime during the Sundays. But nowadays, no need to worry about anything. Just put on the Netflix, put on the Amazon, whatever
right,
you want to
right,
see. Those days
right,
we used to have CDs. Now that nothing at a
right,
just finger snap, you will be getting to watch whatever things you need. So yeah, I get,
right,
yeah. Continue, ma'am. Tell me, ma'am.
right. So that is why, so digital detox is very important. We are not saying that every day don't watch TV, but remove that half an hour without any screen only for yourself. And half an hour when you're with your family, then only for your family. Don't see phones. In family also, if you see that people are eating food, everybody is on phone. So even when you go to a restaurant, you will always notice that people are always on phones. They cannot declutter their minds from the phone, they cannot detach their mind from the phone. So
Yes.
you need to detach yourself from the phone, then only you can attach yourself to the nature, right, to the universe, to the god, right?
Yeah. So facing all these kind of things, actually, what advice would you like to give to your junior tarot readers?
Sorry.
So
Advice.
you have been doing this service for past 15 years. And if anybody wants to become a tarot reader like you, what kind of advice would you like to give to them, to your junior tarot readers?
Okay, okay. So the first thing what I would tell them is that connect with your inner self before taking up any tarot course. Okay, even I teach tarot if anybody wants to learn. But if somebody is learning right now or is yet to learn, they have not learned, they have just thought. But before that thought, they should first meditate on themselves. Okay, they should make themselves very strong because see, you are carrying people's energy. When you do any tarot or do these kind of things, you are also taking a lot of energies. So to cleanse yourself, to cleanse the energies around you, you need to know some things and tips so that they don't affect. Because see, every energy will affect. Okay, every energy affects. How to go beyond that? Also to connect to your intuition. Any tarot reader should have a very good intuition. Then only you can predict. See, cards today, if I will see on the photo, if I will see some photo of the card, I can tell on from the top. But if I am intuitive, I can say that that card can talk more than 10 or 20 times. It can tell me, it can tell me about your career, profession, but in career also it can tell me some more details. Only one card, only if my intuition is very sharp, right? Then only you can predict. So that is why to predict anything, to do tarot, intuition is important, meditation is important, healing your own self is very important. This is the advice I would give to the tarot card readers. And don't just jump in for the clients. If any client is coming to you, just don't jump in. First talk to the client, understand what is the problem. Does that person really need a tarot reading or no? Because I reject readings also. I say you don't need a reading, and I give them free advices on phone only many times. That no, you don't need a reading, just do this and this and this, and continue. Because see, the main thing inside us should be that we should be givers. We are doing the work of God. We are just mediums. We are mediums or channels from the universe and divine and to the people, right? If I'm doing a reading, I will take the energies of the universe and the God and then give a correct reading. Correct? So I'm a medium. I should be a good medium, right? So this should not be like a business where people are just earning money and money and money. Not for business. But yes, you should have that intention of healing people. Really making that effort to do something different. This is my advice.
Yeah, okay, ma'am. We were just speaking about the advice you would like to give to the junior tarot traders. Wow, that's great advice which you actually gave. That you told us that we should always have a positive intuition, because being a tarot trader, and if you want to predict people's future, first we are going to tell the future, and for that we should have a very plain and positive mindset. We should have some positive intuitions. Then only we'll be going to the depth of telling the right predictions to a person's life. So this is the basic advice that you would like to give to your junior tarot traders. I'm right, ma'am?
Right. You're absolutely correct.
Yeah. Other than that, ma'am, I would like to ask you a question that do you also do these kind of tarot reading events with the corporate industries? Have you done with any kind of industries like corporate offices? Do you go directly to the offices and do you do tarot reading, or do you just consult with the people who are working in IT offices or any other corporate departments? Do you do online? Please do tell me about that, ma'am.
Sure. So thank you so much. I have done one corporate event with MX Player. Okay, this is a very big corporate MX Player. Everybody is aware about it.
Yeah.
They had some event during Diwali couple of years back. So for their employees, I had done tarot reading for 3 to 4 hours for all of their employees present in the office. So yes, I do take up tarot readings like that. I also take meditation sessions. For one of the corporates, I had also done meditation session. I cannot name that corporate, but they are into chemicals. It's a chemical based industry. So for them, I had taken up meditation sessions for their employees, guided meditation where I will guide through my voice, and you just have to follow the steps and go with it. I was also invited as a speaker at Council for Reality Infrastructure Services Promotion. It's an organization known as CRISP, as a keynote speaker for spirituality and Mother Earth, how they coexist within each other. So it was a topic which was given to me, and I had spoken my views and shared my views over there. So yes, if I have to answer your question, I do take up such kind of events, and I go for spiritual sessions, meditation sessions, tarot sessions if I'm invited by corporates or anybody, even in any individual. Yeah.
So you do
I've
not.
also taken up for one of the, I just remembered, for one of the factory employees, I had also taken up a guided meditation session even for them, and also, gave lecture on how they should be living their life.
Yeah, okay, ma'am.
Correct.
Other than telling the tarot reading of their life,
Mm-hmm.
do you also teach a person how to become a tarot reader? Do you also do any kind of classes by teaching them how to become a successful tarot reader?
Yes, I do take up tarot teaching. Okay, I am going to start. Okay, I was going to start actually today, which is 7th Jan.
Oh,
But because we had this interview schedule, so I have little postponed it because I have couple of things which have come up. But yes, I am taking tarot teaching, and not personally. It's on video call so that people from any part of the world can join that video call, because it's become very easy through Zoom, through Google Meet. Where people can get an access. It'll be like 1 hourly reading, 1 hourly teachings which I will do, for 2 to 3 months continuous. However, the group wants, but keeping in small groups, or maybe one to one is also fine with me, because so that a person really becomes a good tarot reader, okay, and developing their intuitions accordingly. So I usually, once I take a student, I keep them with me forever till the time I am alive. I will guide them whenever they have a problem. They can come. They can reach out to me through WhatsApp, through Telegram, and we have that kind of a good rapport, like Guru Shishya Parampara, right?
yeah, that's actually a great thing. Lifetime guarantee, lifetime warranty as a teacher from you,
Great,
because because you will be doing this for another 20 years solidly, and people
correct,
will be like, even at any age, whatever thing they undergo in their life, they will be able to share with you, because as a guru you will be still more upgrading yourself. So to the
correct.
future tarot readers, you will be getting connected with them, and you will be able to upgrade both of you. So this is actually
Correct.
good
Correct.
deed from you, ma'am, because a lot of
Great.
people
Great.
just teach them, and okay, I have taught you, so see you after 20 years, or I never wanted to see you because I have already taught you. Now you are
Right.
actually doing a good deed, because people wants to have
Great.
some doubts,
Thank you.
because yeah, even after having doing a successful career in tarot reading, they still we have some doubts, they still have some things which needs to be clarified, and for that
Right.
you're just giving them a lifetime guarantee that you're going to teach them, you're going to assist them, so no need to worry, just come and join with you. That's what you're trying to tell, right, ma'am?
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Yes. That is only my main motive. Right.
Yeah. So you also been doing this tarot reading service for many years, and you're also being a spiritual coach. So other than these kind of departments, if not tarot reading, so what kind of job would you have been actually landed? Other than tarot
Okay.
reading, what are the other jobs you'd be doing right now if not tarot reader?
So see, spirituality is something which is from the childhood, right? I cannot go away with it. I have done. See, I'm by profession. I'm an MCom B.Ed. So I was teaching in schools and colleges, SNDT University. I was affiliated with them. I was teaching them on environment and different subjects as a part time, because obviously this is also my profession. Apart from this, I've worked with one waste industry for a couple of years to understand, how waste management works, e-waste, electronic waste.
Yeah, actually, totally
And
understand.
I, right. And so, so I have worked with these professionals. But yeah, if I was not doing tarot or I was not into spiritual coaching, I would have taken up singing as my profession,
Wow.
because I'm a gifted music singer also since childhood. I have learned a couple of years classical music. So singing is something which is very deep in my heart. So again, if I would not be doing tarot, I would be singing bhajans, maybe, or maybe, but singing good stuff, not like the Bollywood music. Though I know Bollywood music, but still I would be, again connecting with spirituality somehow.
I do understand that you are actually gifted singer from God. You are actually gifted with some kind of spiritual deeds and tarot reading. But you also will be. I mean, I also wish that you would like to sing in Bollywood, like in devotional songs, because there are a lot of
Correct.
movies coming in Bollywood, very good movies. They're doing some devotional movies, and there are a lot of serials in comes in Hindi industry that I would wish that you would sing in a few album songs in the future, and also you would land up in some kind of singing opportunities in the Bollywood industries regarding devotional music. I always wish God to that.
Sure.
Yeah,
Thank
okay.
you so much. Thank you
Yeah,
so much. If anybody approaches me for singing any devotional songs, then I'm very open to it. I would really love to go ahead with it.
yeah, okay,
Yes.
ma'am. Okay. And other thing, because in this modern day, there are many tarot readers in this world.
Hmm.
So, how do you think yourself that you are unique from other tarot readers? I'm not asking that, okay, I'm not asking you that you are more successful than other tarot readers. I'm just asking a simple question like, okay, you always find yourself very amazed that, okay, I do a very few things which is very good to me, and that is very sufficient, and I do
Hmm.
always think that this is a unique thing which I do as a tarot reader. So what kind of thing you feel yourself very happy that you are very well in this tarot reading industry, ma'am?
Okay, so see, I feel that I have blessings of ascended masters, gurus, God, and the universe. The way I have been guided, okay, in my life, whether it's through meditation, whether it's through pranayams, whether it's through, going through struggles and again overcoming a lot of struggles and challenges in life. It can be any challenge. It can be even simply being a student and maybe you were not performing well in the exam, so overcoming challenges in life, and I have got guidance from my intuition. I've always listened to my gut instinct and intuition more, not to people's opinions. So I think that has always been a value thing for me, that I'm different, and that is how I could do well in this tarot industry. See, I don't look at other tarot readers. Everybody is unique, right? Everybody is unique in their way. But for me, the uniqueness comes by the grace of God. There were a couple of months, in fact, I think 1 or 2 years back, that 2 3 months I had not taken up tarot readings because I was not somehow getting that energy and vibe from within to do those readings. I had gone in a rest mode. So, like, because see, as you do more readings, you also need to go through the periods of rest and you need to rejuvenate yourself more. So then only you can catch up with the energy of the universe, right?
So
Every time
this,
you cannot be in the same energy. So I do readings only when I feel that, okay, tomorrow really I'm good. And on that same day, suppose if I have readings today, and if my energy since the morning is fine, it's great, so then I will take a reading. Unless and until I feel that no, today I cannot take a reading, no, I need to rest. So even if I need to rest, I will tell my clients that no, I'm not going to take these readings from these and these days. Yeah, but I will take it from there henceforth, you know
yeah, because this proved that you are a well, good-hearted tarot reader. Because before 10 minutes, we were discussing about the advice you would like to give to your junior tarot readers, and at that time,
Correct.
you told a single answer that whatever job you do, you just do it with your full honesty. Do not do it for any kind of money purpose. So that's
Correct.
what you're trying to tell your junior tarot readers, that do it for a purpose for your souls. Do not do it for money. So that's what the
Correct.
exact thing you are telling to me right now, because you told me
Correct.
exactly that if
Correct.
only you are in a very positive mood, if you are only in the full potential, that you can very well predict the future of a person, and you are very strong and confident about it, then you will try to connect with the souls and you will be doing your job by telling the correct future predictions. So if in some point of your day that you feel very low, and if you feel like, okay, today this is not the right time to see any tarot readings, then you will just say to the customers like, okay sir, please, this is not the right time, I'll be again coming with my full potential, then only I'll be able to go a good tarot reading, because you are very true and very honest to your profession. So this is what this is the actual answer, that's not coming from your mind, that's coming from your
Right.
subconscious mind. Because
Correct.
the answer which you told me already and the answer which you're giving right now are totally connected to each other. So
Correct.
that's why I'm telling that your honesty is a unique factor which distinguish yourself from other tarot readers. So
Correct.
this is actually a great answer to me, ma'am. That's the thing which we need to actually do, because we should be always honest to our profession, or we
Professions.
should at least be honest to ourselves. So that is what we are
Correct.
doing right now. You're very honest to ourselves. Okay, this is not the right time. So I'll be
Right.
doing this at the right time when I'm in a good mood at a positive aura. That's what you're trying to do, right,
Absolutely.
ma'am?
Absolutely. And the most important thing is when you're honest with yourself, money is something which will automatically follow.
Yeah.
Money is something which will automatically keep coming, but your honesty, your truth, your positivity should always be aligned with the universal goals. Any profession you are doing today. But if you are honest in that profession, if even if you're doing a 9 to 6 job, I tell people, even if you're doing 9 to 6 job, but even if you're honest and you keep remembering God all the time throughout your profession, and there are so many things where you are relaxed, because once you are with in tune with the God and their divine name and with the universe, then you will never be distracted. Even if somebody comes and tells you something, you will not be distracted.
Yeah, great, ma'am. That was really a lot of questions answered by you. That was going a very well full-fledged interview. That was a fine interview with you, ma'am. And my last question is, through this
Mhm.
interview, if you want to convey anything, any information to the people around you and to people all around the world and to me, what kind of information or what kind of wish you would like to convey to the people via this interview, ma'am?
Okay, I would like to tell everybody that live your authentic truth. Okay, don't wear any mask on yourself just for peer pressure. Like students always have peer pressure. People always have peer pressure that if somebody is traveling, we should also travel. If they are doing this, there are a lot of comparisons happening in life. Overall, if you actually see because of the technology, so people are seeing lot information on the phones, on the screens, and they are trying to compare themselves with others. And so I would say don't compare yourself with anyone. Compare yourself with your own self, with your own previous self, how you were since childhood, now how you can improve upon. Make changes in your own system, in your own self so much. Connect with the God, connect with the universe, because that is the truth. You will see signs, you will see synchronicities in the universe. You will start connecting with God in a very different manner if you really believe Because see, the truth of life is we all have to die. We all are going to die. We all are going to leave this body, and it is only the soul. Where will the soul go? The soul will go back to the God. So to help that soul to go back to the God in the proper manner, okay, like this whole manner, and you, if you don't want to come back again on this earth, and if you want to remove or get away with this cycle of birth and death, jo Krishna Bhagwan, which Krishna God Krishna tells Arjuna, that you need to, you know, come out from the cycle of this. So I would suggest people read Bhagavad Gita, okay, go to the temples, connect with nature, you know, connect with the mother earth, and keep the environment clean. Don't throw things outside, throw it in a proper garbage bin. You know, try to make yourself pure. When your mind is pure, you will, when you are clean, you will keep your house also clean. You will have, in limited things, you will be very happy. You know, you don't need to keep buying things, you don't need to keep following other people. If someone is telling you something, don't follow anyone else's advice, follow your own intuition, and connect with your intuition, make it very very strong, connect with the God. This is my advice to everybody,
So you're doing
that don't be blinded.
yeah, you're giving a very nice thing to the people, very nice information. So people should award you actually, because
Okay, thank you so much.
speaking about awards, have you done any? Have you got any awards? Because you would have been a successful tarot reader. So have you got any awards for it?
So yes, there was an you know, award which I had received from I Am a Story event. Okay, as a best tarot reader few years back. So I had received that, and plus, as I told you, I was a speaker here at a conference. So over here also I was awarded for my speaking abilities, and I received a lot of appreciation from there. I am working on couple of projects now, but yeah, you will come to know in a while, like what projects I'm working on.
Yeah, other than that, this is the very final last question in this interview regarding your professional career. So tell me, ma'am,
Mhm.
why you always consider that one person should seek and take advice from a tarot reader? Why should they come and see you and get their future predicted by you? What kind of thing, I mean, what kind of thing make you think that people always should come and they should always connect with you to have a very successful life?
Okay, so very good question. So I would say that a person who really wants clarity, again, who is confused. Suppose you have two career choices. You are not, you don't know which job to take. Suppose you got offers from two different companies, okay? And in a career, you don't know whether I should accept this company's offer or this company. That is the time you can seek clarity. If you're not understanding or you're not connected with your intuition, you're not getting answers from your intuition, then you can come and seek answers, because from with different cards we can see which is the better prospect, where you will be financially also doing well, where it will, where that job will also help you mentally, whether you are satisfied mentally or not, emotionally whether you are satisfied or not. With the cards you will get a lot of answers. So any person who is confused in their personal life, professional life, suppose if you have to buy a house, whether you want to buy it right now or not, maybe you will buy it later, you know. So there are a lot of these questions which we have in our mind. To get complete clarity and make correct decisions which are aligned with your heart, your soul, and your emotional health, where you are happy also, and where you are financially also very happy. So to connect all of these together, a complete tarot reading is a thing which will give you a correct advice, I would say.
Yeah, wow, that's actually a nice interview with ma'am. I have given a lot of questions to you, and for every question you have been answering very a good information from you actually. And I'm really humbled to have an interview with you. And thank you once again for accepting my
Yes,
invitation and coming to this
sure.
Woman Today's interview over here. And signing off, Krishna. So people
Sure.
who are watching this video, please do
Yeah.
subscribe to this Women Today channel. Please do click on the bell icon so that you will be able to receive notifications whenever I post new videos regarding women entrepreneurs in this modern world. I mean, women entrepreneurs in this modern days, in this wonderful technological world. And please, if you have any kind of doubts, please do comment in the comment section so that I'll be able to help you out by just replying to you in the comment section. And once again, signing off, Krishna. And today our guest is Madam Anchal Bajaj from Mumbai.
Sure.
So from Mumbai, people whoever wish to meet a good tarot reader can approach our Anshul ma'am over here. She is ready to help you out, and I'll be giving her Instagram name and other details in this video description. So please go and take a look at it, and please look at this video the entire time, because this video is a lengthy bit longer. I do understand that. So please watch it if you want to have some successful information regarding a tarot reader. So once again, thank you, ma'am. Signing off, Krishna.
Thank you, Krishna.
Our
Thank
guest
you
is
so much.
Anshul, ma'am.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Thank you.